So this is gonna be part 3 to what if Naruto and Garra were cousins. So I know I left y'all on the cliffhanger the last video. So now it's Garra versus Sasuke. This battle about to be clean. This about to be a mean green machine battle. And Garra got a surprise on Sasuke. So the Sasuke on Garra. So it's to time, cousin. Both of them jump in the ring. Naruto said, both of you better go hard out there from the get-go. And then he said, both of y'all. And then Sasuke said, I'm gonna make you proud, little bro. And then Garra said, I'll make you proud, big bro. And then everybody looking like Naruto has 2 brothers, Sasuke and Garra. And then everybody looking at Naruto and says, how strong are they? Well, Sasuke is only a little bit weaker than me, while Garra is only a little bit weaker. Well, used to be a little bit weaker than Sasuke, but they're about the same power now. And then it's only a little bit weaker than you. Then Naruto said, of course, without those 2 sacred moves I have, they would almost easily beat me. They would easily beat me together, probably 2 hits. Each one of them hit me and I'll probably be out. 1-on-1, even with my 2 strongest moves, Sasuke still had one of the strongest fire Uchiha style moves ever. And Garra has a technique so strong, it can be comparable to wood style. And then all of them say compare it to wood style. Naruto says not wood style, but it's comparable to it with the strength and the technique. And then all of them say what? And then Naruto says use the 2 ultimate jutsus off the bat. And then both of them say okay, Naruto. Sasuke says majestic destroyer flame jutsu, majestic flower flame jutsu. 2 S-rank jutsu. Garra says 7 sand pillars, and then 7 sand pillars hit, instead of going down, go sideways and hit the 2 blasts with the flower flame pillar making it pass. Naruto would say Shikaku shield, and then the giant Shikaku shield will go in front. Naruto would be like, oh, that's one of your most strong, is it like your 3rd strongest defensive move? And Garra would say, of course. And then Sasuke would say, that's how you want to go? Lightning piercing bomb, and then it will be like an arrow with like a giant circle in the middle of the arrow, and then it will go through the Shikaku's arm, through the Shikaku shield and blow up, and the whole Shikaku shield will just blow up from the inside out. And then Garra would say what? And then Sasuke would be running at him, Chidori. Garra would say, I knew you might do it. Sand fist, and then his sand fist would hit the Chidori, and both of the jutsu would cancel each other out. Garra would say multi-sand bullet jutsu. Sasuke would say lightning bullet jutsu. And then Sasuke would say fire bullet jutsu. Garra would say, I knew you might do that. Sand bullet jutsu. And then they would clash and cancel each other out again. Sasuke would jump back. Sasuke would say, Kakashi, can I use him? So Kakashi would say, just don't use him for long. Sasuke would open his eyes, showing his Mangekyo Sharingan. Naruto would say, what? His Mangekyo? I didn't even know about this. Garra said, there's a lot of things you don't know, Naruto. And then Naruto would say, what you mean? Naruto would say, sacred sand technique. He would point one hand at the sky and one hand at the ground. He would say transferable quake, and then he would point his hand that was pointing at the sky at the ground, and then a quake of sand would just erupt from the ground. Sasuke would be wobbling. He'll just keep wobbling on the ground. He'll be like, whoa, I can barely stand still. Whoa. And then Garra would be like, it's way harder than walking on water and walking on trees. You have to use take twice as much chakra as both of them, and chakra control. And then Sasuke would be like, what? Dang it. And then Naruto would be like, oh man. Then Garra would say, sand trap jutsu. Sasuke would say, no, lightning burst. And then he would shoot a lightning ball at the bottom of the ground that would shoot him up into the air. Then it will burst sand, moving all the sand so you have a clear spot to land in the ground. Then Sasuke would say, Headhunter Jutsu. And then Garra would be like, how you gonna headhunter up there? And then a clone, and then one of the shadow clone that Sasuke made grabs Garra's feet and put him under. Then Garra says, Sand Snake Jutsu. And then it looks like a sand is swirling around Garra, around his body. And then it squeezes the clone and then pulls Garra out of the sand. And then Garra says, yep, Naruto told me, show me how to do that. And then he says, you thought you were the only one? Twin fire snake jutsu, twin lightning snake jutsu. Then Garra says, quadruple Sand snake jutsu. And then the four snakes would go up against each other and hit each other. Sasuke would say, Chidori stream. Lightning bolt jutsu. Then he would shoot a lightning bolt at Garra. Garra would say, Sand wall jutsu. Protecting himself. Then Garra would say, I'm losing a lot of chakra. Sasuke would say, same here. He had to turn on his Mangekyo just so he could save chakra. And then he went his eyes back regular. Garra says, you can't use a Sharingan properly, can you, without chakra? And then Sasuke says, Manatabi. And then Garra says, Shikaku. And then both of them replenished their chakra. And then Sasuke went back to his Mangekyo. He said flame control. He shot a flame. He shot a flame, like a red flame at Garra, and he turned it around, went around his sand wall, and then tried to hit Garra, but his sand ultimate defense just went up and protected him. And Garra said, "You'll never defeat me like that, Sasuke. I know that every Mangekyo has two abilities. What's your second ability?" Then Sasuke would say, "You have to see. But I won't show you." Haha. And then Sasuke says, "Susanoo." Well, he wouldn't say Susanoo, but he would intensely shoot his eyes, and then when Susanoo came, he said Susanoo, and he would have like the first version of the Susanoo, and then Garra would be like, what? And Garra would say, sand cannon. He would make a giant cannonball shooter. A giant cannon, and then it would shoot a giant sandball at Sasuke's Susanoo, and it wouldn't even crack the Susanoo. It wouldn't even dent it a little bit. It wouldn't even scratch it. And then Sasuke said, my chakra's running out. I can't use the Mangekyo for much longer. He closed his eyes and he went back to the 3 tomorrow. Garra said, sand cannon, multiple shots. And then he shot about 3 shots in a row at Sasuke. Sasuke said, Chidori blade. And then he put his other hand, he said, lightning blade. He went through and cut. He ran in with his hand in the X, and he cut through all 3 of the sand bullets, or the sandballs. And he said, come here, Garra. He cut the cannon in half, and he cut the sand wall in half. Then he said, Garra, I'm coming. He go down, he tried to punch Garra, and then Garra got out of the way. He said, what? Garra's got faster. And Garra said, you have too. I'm a little bit slower than you still, but I still have enough speed to dodge. And then he says, sand arrow jutsu. Then he cut, and he tried to hit Sasuke and cut his cheek. And then Sasuke says, okay, shadow shuriken jutsu, lightning shuriken jutsu, fire shuriken jutsu. And then he makes like 200 shurikens, and then half of them light on fire and half of them burst with electricity. And then Garra says, oh no. And then Garra gets hit. And then Garra says, ah, he getting electrocuted. And then he says, hot. He can't even stand on the sand anymore. He says, hot. He says, good thing. And then he floats on top of his sand. And he says, you can't get me up here. And then Garra says, sand burial. And then Sasuke says, oh no. And then the sand pull him down to the middle. Like a hand hunter jutsu itself made out of sand. And then once Sasuke get to the bottom, he says, I can get out. I just need to. Garra says, you're not getting out, Sasuke. Sasuke says, are you sure? He says, what? And then turns out Sasuke already switched places with his clone. He behind Garra. He hit Garra in the head. And Garra fell. And Garra said, what? My sand? And then Sasuke says, you used too much of it. You don't have any more in the gourd. And he said, dang it. Why would I do that? And then Sasuke said, come here, Garra. He coming down with a leaf hurricane kick. And he kicked Garra in the stomach and sent Garra flying. Garra said, I know you learned that from from Lee. And he said, I did too. That's why I went to train with my guy. He said, leaf hurricane. And then he said, sand armor. And he put sand on his leg and hit Sasuke. Sent Sasuke flying. Sasuke made a huge crater. Sasuke glazed his Sharingan, looked Garra dead in the eyes, and put him under Genjutsu. Garra is like, ah. And then Shikaku says, I'm going to get you out this Genjutsu. He got him out the Genjutsu. But Sasuke's already in front of Garra with a kunai to his neck. And then Garra says, I give up. I give up, Sasuke. And Sasuke says, help you up, bro. And he says, God dang, you're still a little stronger than me. And then he said, well, we're about as strong as each other. And then everybody gasping. They couldn't even talk with how intense the fight was. They were like, And then Hinata said, I never knew Garra was this strong. And then Sakura said, same here. Ino said Naruto told me they was as strong as him, and after I saw this, I know he wasn't lying. And then Hinata said, congratulations, Sasuke. And then Hinata said, it's okay, Gar. You'll get him next time. And Gar said, thanks, Hinata. Bro, that was clean. Everybody else won and who won in Canyon. So now it's going to be Tamari versus Sasuke. And Shino versus Naruto. So Shino versus Naruto. Naruto says, can you just stop? I don't want to hurt your bugs because I know how it can be to have a ninja pet. And then he said, how? Well, it was this hawk in the forest of death that got hurt, so I nursed it back to health. It was living outside my window. And it was a ninja animal, but I didn't keep it. And then he said, what did I have to do to me? If you see bugs, I'm gonna use my fire stream and I'm gonna burn them all, murdering them. And then Shino said, we'll have to see about that. He sent like 100 bullets at Naruto. Naruto burned all of them to cinders. And then Shino says, I quit. And then they said, yeah, because you're bugs. And then Shino said, of course. So now it's Sasuke versus Tamari. Tamari says, when Sasuke said, great fireball jutsu. And he said, and then the giant fireball gets 3 times bigger and hit Tamari. Tamari burning. But she says, I'm going to give up. Pressure dome jutsu. And then she does. And then she put a whole lot of pressure behind the wind. And then Sasuke says, oh, jump. Multi-lightning ball jutsu. And he makes holes in it. Then he says, fireball jutsu. And then the lightning ball, most of the lightning balls get canceled out, but then the fireball comes behind it and gets bigger and hits Tamari again. Sasuke runs up. He says, leave Hurricane, kick her in the head. And then she's sent flying. And then she says, I won't lose. Sasuke says, Headhunter Jutsu, and pull her head into the ground. He put his sword in front of her, and then he said, give up. And then she said, okay, I give up. And that was the end of that fight. Yeah, that was the end of that fight. Now we're about to go to the next fight, which is Sasuke versus Naruto. Hey, this fight about to be clean. This fight about to be mean. Naruto would say, what you want to fight with Sasuke? Sasuke would say, no ninjutsu. Well, no ninjutsu and no well, we gotta make it fair. So we won't use things that both of us don't have. Both of us have ninjutsu, so that's in the bad. Both of us have swords, masters of genjutsu, and no taijutsu, so we're gonna keep that in. But both of us don't have seals, so we can't use that or genjutsu. And then Naruto says, what about Kekkei? And he say, we both have Kekkei. And he'll be like, but I have 2. And he'll be like, well, it's still Kekkei. And then Naruto will be like, all right, but I'm still using seals because you know I'm a trap master, so you basically just put me under the bus. And then Sasuke said, okay, I'm using my genjutsu because you know I'm a genjutsu specialist. And then Sasuke was like, I'm looking for your traps. Then Naruto said, all of my traps don't have chakra in them. You know I do. You know I like to do old-fashioned traps too with my shadow clones. And then Sasuke said, oh yeah, right. Dang it. And then he jumps toward Naruto. Naruto said, Spider net seal. It's basically what he did to Kiba when it shoot like the spider web, ninja wire shape with kunai at the end. And then Sasuke said, I know how to defeat that. And then Naruto says, dang it, I trained with you too much. And then he says lightning coat, and then he coat his hand with lightning, and then he goes through the middle of it, and the whole thing just disperses. Then Kiba says, what? And then Sasuke says fireball jutsu. Naruto says water stream jutsu. And then Sasuke says, okay, Naruto, it's time to go. Uchiha style Halo dance. Uzumaki style Raging Whirlpool dance. And then both of them cutting each other's blade, dancing. And then cut. Naruto says decapitate. Naruto says silent beheader. Sasuke says crashing, decapitating slice. Gar says, what? Y'all two are crazy. Both of their blades hit. Boom. Naruto short sword hit Sasuke katana. And then he says, well, both of us use one-hit finishers. Sasuke says, lightning stream jutsu, lightning stream cutter jutsu. Naruto says, wind stream cutter jutsu, and then both of them clash. And then Sasuke say, wind stream again. Then Naruto says, earth stream jutsu. Sasuke says, what? I didn't know you know that. I thought you just knew earth stream cutter. And he says, nope. Then he says, earth dome collapse jutsu, and he put an earth dome around Sasuke, and then it just collapsed on top of Sasuke. And then Naruto says, I know that too, right? And he'll be like, what? Leaf hurricane. And then both of them would hurricane kick each other, because that's what Sasuke was trying to do. And then Naruto would be like, man. He would say, great gust jutsu. Sasuke would say, great fireball jutsu. Naruto would say, great breakthrough. Sasuke would say, fireball jutsu. And then they would clash. But he would have so much chakra, it would cancel out the fire. So Naruto like, yeah, I'm killing him both. Yeah, you feel me? He killing. So then him and Sasuke clash again. All you hear is metal clanking. And then both of them put their swords away. They start going hand-to-hand combat. Naruto punching Sasuke in his pressure points. One of Sasuke's arms don't work. Sasuke kicked Naruto in the side. So Naruto is kind of in a limp with his step. Both of them are targeting each other weak points in their taijutsu styles. And then Hokage like, I never seen this strong strength like this before this Chunin exams. I never seen any 13-year-olds fight like this. And then both of them kicked each other. And then they were getting tired. They punched each other. And then they said, Rasengan. Sasuke said, Chidori. Kakashi said, no. They said, it's okay, Kakashi. And then both of them hit it. And then both of them got blown back. And then both of them just fainted. And they just said, and then they said, the Chunin exams finals is a tie. And then Garra said, man, that's some lame. And then they said, well, Garra, you kinda, you can still compete for third. Well, the Kages are gonna see who deserves third and who doesn't. And they're in the room doing it now. They up there deciding now. And then Naruto and Sasuke would be like, bro, of course, bro, we're tied for first. So you at least have to take second. And then God be like, you're right. And then the Kaze Kage, the Hokage, the Raikage, all three of them say that Garra of the Leaf should be second. And then Garra becomes second. All three of them become High Jonin. Well, all three of them become Special Jonin. Sasuke is a Special Jonin like Kakashi being ninjutsu. Garra is a Special Jonin for defense. And Naruto's a Special Jonin for trapping and seals. The Hokage would say, do you want to get another summoning? Because I know both of your brothers have two different ones. And then Garra would be like, well, I kind of do need something that could burrow. And he say, what did you have in mind? I know Sasuke had a snake summon. I don't want to copy any one of my brothers. Then he'll be like, I get you. So what you want to do? You want to have something else that got defense? Then he would say, ooh, do you have a And then the Hokage would say, what? Do I have what? And he would say, do you have a God, let me get this out. Do you have a rhino summon? And then the Hokage would say, they're very rare. And then God would say, oh, matter of fact, do you have a lion summon? And he would say, yeah, we have one of those. We have a black lion or a white lion. They're the same strength. And then God would say, I'll take the black one. And then he would say, okay. So then Orochimaru would jump out of nowhere and say, come here, Hokage. I was just playing. He can't attack the Hokage because he turned into the snake. And it take weeks. Like, I mean weeks to, come back from that. So, yeah. And, so they pretty much, they all Jonin and everything. And then Jiraiya says, I need to take Naruto on a training trip. And then Sasuke like, I'll train with Kakashi. And Garra said, I guess I'll just train. Naruto learned some sacred toad techniques on his way. He learned some more earth. He learned some more earth jutsu. And he learned some more wind, earth, and water jutsu. He learned some sacred toad techniques. And he mastered Sage mode. But when he get back, bro, he gonna be surprised. Sasuke actually learned Dragon Sage mode. He went to the Dragon Mountain and learned Dragon Sage mode. Getting the Dragon Summoning too. But Naruto has the Harpy Eagle Summon, the King Harpy Eagle Summon. Gaara went to the sand, the desert, to meditate on how he should train, and he learned. He actually learned a lot of stuff. At this point, Sasuke and Manatabi are best friends, and Sasuke has like a cloak, like Naruto, except it's just blue fire all around Sasuke. It's like perfect Jinchuriki form, and then Gaara has complete control of all the 100% power of the Shikaku, and he can have, and you know, like when he turns into like a small version of Shikaku, covering his feet and everything. Yeah, he can unlock that mode. And Naruto can use about 5 to 6 tails worth of chakra from the 9 tails. So all of these people legit gods, like they legit gods. Gar has manipulated his sand to the point, and he learned many wind and earth jutsus. He even learned how to make his own sand Susanoo. I'll just play. But he learned how to make his own sand giant. Since Naruto got like his chakra chains to protect him, Sasuke got his Susanoo to protect him. Gar might as well make his own special power, so he has his jutsu called Sand Giant Jutsu. And it basically make a huge sand giant that protects Gar and fights for him. And he is in the top, and he is inside his head. So they clean right now. So they are chilling. When not, Gar, all 3 of them been gone from their girlfriends. When they all get back, they go to the Okage office and they go home. All of their girlfriends knock on their door. When all 3 of them open the door, all the girls slap them in the face. Why didn't you call me or text me? You've been gone for almost 3 years, and you're just gonna come back and don't even say hi. And the author will say, sorry, and then they would say, come in, we have to explain it. And then they would show the girls a brochure for the new amusement park that's opening today. They said we had to go get special edition tickets so we can go for the opening. And we had to go and get you the all you can eat food tickets for our day afterward, for our day afterwards. Well, during the fair. And then all of them said, oh, I'm so sorry, for jumping to conclusion. They say it's okay. And then all of them kissed their girlfriends on the forehead, and the girlfriend kissed them on the lips. And then all of them blush. And then all of them blush, and the girl kissed them on the lips, and they kissed them on the forehead, and then they blushed, and then they were like, alright, shall we? And then all of them walked their girlfriend to the movement park. All of them ride on the Ferris wheel. They go through the love tunnel. The boy, Gar won. He not a giant teddy bear. Naruto won. A stuffed a bunny rabbit bear, like like a stuffed bunny rabbit. And Sasuke won Sakura a giant fluffy heart pillow. And all of them said thanks. And then they say no problem. They say, do y'all want to go and have this all you can eat nacho challenge? And then they said, what you say? You said we can have all you eat buffet. And then they said, we want to do a little challenge with y'all. It's called couple challenge. We're going to do it every week on Saturday. And then they say, okay, it's time for a couple week challenge. And then they say, we're going to eat fire nachos with jalapenos, hot peppers, bell peppers, a whole bunch of different things. We're going to have chicken, beef, sour cream, the ragu sauce and everything. and cheese and everything. And then they say, are you sure that's gonna be healthy? All that spicy and junk food together. And then they say, we won't know until we try. And then all of them start going. You know, Naruto is chowing down, bro. Naruto chowing down. And he's like, we're gonna win. And then, bunk him on the head. Save me some, idiot. And then he said, ow, I'm sorry, just want to win the challenge. And she said, I do too. And then she started gobbling up food. And then the other two couples looking like, oh, they're made for each other. They are made for each other. And then Sakura says, Sasuke, we need to pick up our game. Sasuke says, okay. And then he just started eating faster. And then he not said the same thing to Garra. Garra started eating. Everybody was eating as fast as they can. And then Naruto and finished 5 minutes before the other two couples. Then they said, God, I'm so full. And then they said, do you want to go to our house, guys, to lay down and take a nap? Because I need to sleep on this. And then the girl said, okay. And then when they got there, all the boys went to their room. Then the girl started cuddling up on them. And then God said, she's so pretty when she sleep. Same as Garra and same as Sasuke and Naruto said. And then they went to sleep in the morning, knocking on the door like this. Nigga, I'm talking about niggas on the door. Hold up, bro. I'm about to demonstrate how they was on the door. They was on the door like. They was on the door, knocking. Naruto, Sasuke, and Garra came to the door. They were like, yes. They saw Hiyashi glaring his Byakugan. They saw Sakura Mama with them hands up, with ice covering her hands. Even though she ain't an ninja, she still use them. And then she saw Inoji. She saw Inoji putting his hand on his mind like he thinking. And he look and he glaring. And then they're like, where's our daughters? And then they say, they're in their sleep. And then he actually said, I swear to God, if you did anything, Garra, I'm gonna kill you. Garra said, no sir. We just had like a food challenge. It was like the spicy nacho challenge. And then everybody got so full, we could barely walk. So we just came here and laid down. We just cuddled, and that's it. And then just said, my daughter better come back. If you did anything, I swear, Naruto, I swear. And then Sakura's mom said, I promise you I'll report you to the Hokage, Sasuke Uchiha. And then they said, it's okay, you can ask your daughters yourself. And then when the girls woke up, they walked in and they said, oh, Mom, Dad. And then they said, what have you been doing here, young lady? They said, nothing. We just had a spicy nacho food challenge. We were too full to go home. So we just crashed here. And then they said, oh, so these boys were telling the truth. And then they were like, oh, we know you can't lie. You just woke up. You got to tell the truth. You can't lie because you wouldn't think of a lie. And then they said, yeah, but why is it a problem if you come over here? And they said, you're still 16, young man. There's no hanging over boys' houses like this. Just freely. You have to tell your father where you've been. And Sakura's mother would say the same thing, but she would say mother at the end instead of father. So then they would be like, sorry, we just, it was my fault. And then they said, and then Sasuke said, no, me, you, and Garra planned this. And then Naruto was like, I'm the one who brought up the idea in the first place to have the all you can eat off. It's my fault. And then they said, it's okay, Naruto. And then Naruto said, okay. Do you guys want to come and eat breakfast? Because I was kind of cooking breakfast for everybody. And then Garra and Naruto like, Naruto just cooked? Whoa, we haven't ate his food in a while. And then, Sakura, he was like, he can cook? And he was like, cook? He taught us how to cook. And we're like 3-star chefs right now. This man is a 5-star chef, but he can cook if you don't know what. And then they said, really? And then everybody was like, Naruto can most definitely cook like that. No cap. And then Naruto came in. He had grilled shrimp. I was just playing. He had pancakes with bacon, eggs, orange juice, apple juice, grape juice, all the breakfast juice you can imagine. Bacon, ham, sausage, biscuits, eggs, biscuits, with jelly in the middle, everything, bro. This nigga was eating, bro. He had cheese grits, everything, bro. You heard me, but it's a 5-star breakfast. Everybody got down. He just said there's enough food for a couple more plates, for 3 more plates. And then they said, oh well, we'll eat too. And then they coming down, brother. But he got the council members eating like they some kids. Them folk like they turn that food up. You heard me? They're like, God dang, who taught you how to cook? Naruto was like, oh, the Hokage, he gave me like this recipe chef's book. Because I told him I want to learn how to cook real good. He was like, oh, this can help you. And that's how I pretty much learned how to cook this good. And I taught Garra and Sasuke how to cook this. This is only a 3-star meal for me. And they said, 3-star? What's the 5-star? And Naruto said, I didn't have enough time. It would have took me about 30 more minutes to prepare. And they were like, nah, we too hungry for that. And then Naruto was like, yeah. And then the girls were like, wow, he can cook as good as we can. And then Naruto was like, you can cook this good too? And then they were like, well, we probably like 4-star chefs. And Naruto was like, oh. And then Ino said, you're always cooking for me, Naruto, when we get married. And then Naruto was like, oh, okay. and then Sasuke and Gar were like, can you two please cook for us when we get married? And then Hinata and Sakura were like, sure. So yeah, that's pretty clean. And then the councilman was like, hold up, man. We have a meeting today. Can you like whoop us up a little something for this council meeting? Cause like we might be, cause you know like we have to go through like 3 hours without eating at them council member meetings, and we like, can you like make us some little plates or something? And it was like, I can make enough for all y'all. And then they were like, bro, that'll be appreciated. We're not gonna tell them because it's gonna be a surprise, but all of you need to help them cook. Cause the council meeting is in about 3 hours. It's about 12 o'clock right now. And then they like, oh, alright. Naruto like, I hope y'all like it. And then they were like, oh, of course we gonna like this food. This food's tasty. And Naruto was like, okay, Hinata, I need you and Ino to go to the store for me. You need to get me steak, shrimp, lobsters, crab legs, chicken, and chicken. And he said, I need you to get that, Hinata. Ino, I need you to go and get me broccoli, rice, mac and cheese, asparagus, collard greens. This nigga want to cook everything. And then they were like, they mouth watering just hearing this. He was like, Sasuke, I need you to go and cook me up the pans real quick, clean up the pans real quick, and get other pans from the bottom of the cabinet. And then Sasuke was like, got you. And then Sakura was like, what do you need me to do? He was like, I have some dessert in there that I need you to prepare. And Guard's gonna help you with that. And then Sakura says, okay. Naruto says, follow this recipe exactly, and they'll taste perfect. And then Sakura says, oh, okay. 2 hours and 45 minutes later, this man don't cook individual plates. For the shinobi side, they have steak and chicken. For the councilman, lobster. For the civilian council, they have lobster, crab legs, and shrimp. Oh yeah, I forgot to say mashed potatoes too. Bro, making these folks look fat. Bro, like little ones look fat. So the regular council, the shinobi council, they will also have mashed potatoes, mac and cheese, and collard greens. While the civilian house will have asparagus, broccoli and cheese, and brown and white rice. So yeah, this gonna be clean. The Hokage gonna get a little bit of everything, you feel me? And then he made Hokage a triple choco ice cream. And he got basically have 3 different flavors of ice cream with dark chocolate, strawberry chocolate, and white chocolate toppings with a cherry. And he gave everybody in the council room that. And he said, I know y'all usually be hungry here. And then he came in there with about 4 plates in his hands. And he came in there with about 6 plates in his hands. Sakura and the rest came in there with about 4. He said it should be enough for everybody. There should be a couple extra plates if you need it. And then Choji that was like, give me 3. Naruto was like, I got you, cuz. I got you. Here's my homie Choji, dad. Anyway. And then they was smacking, bro. They was in there tearing it up. They was like, Hokage can't this meet and wait. The Hokage was digging in. The Hokage was like, hey, bro, I got as long as y'all need. He was in there eating, bro. He was like, God dang, Naruto, I ain't know you learned how to cook like this, bro. I might just hire you as my personal chef. Naruto like, you know I love being a shinobi. And then he was like, yeah, but you got to cook for some events or something, man. Like, we got a holiday coming up. So, yeah. Then when he got home, they all felt good. They were like, bro, we just failed the council, bro. We just failed. Not failed, but fed the council. If it sound like I said failed. They fed the council, bro. They just fixed food for the council, bro. And the council was eating that up, bro. So they have a date and everything. He was like, do y'all want to go on a date? And they were like, Naruto, you cooking? He was like, what? God dang, bro. I told you I'm going to cook for you sometimes, but God, every day, I just cooked for you this morning. And this was like, why can't you cook dinner? And Naruto was like, all right, man, I have some leftover food. And then he cooked them some steak and shrimp. And put some fries with it. And then everybody was eating. And then that was good. And then he had some yogurt left that was his favorite flavor. Then he said, everybody dig in. And then they ate everything. And then all of them went to sleep cuddling. And then they woke up the next morning. He said, let's just train today. And they were training. And then Naruto was walking toward the village gate because he had to go. He was going to go outside the village to train with his strength technique. And he heard a mighty push. And then stuff went everywhere. He flying Raijin to Ino. And he picked Ino up. Sasuke was with Sakura, luckily, and same with Garra. And then they all floated up into the sky. And then they saw Pain. He said, you three go, please. I don't want y'all getting hurt. By the way, Sakura been training with Tsunade. Uncle been training Ino. And Hinata had been training with Neji, her dad, and still Hanabi. So, yeah, that's going to be pretty clean. You heard me? Pretty clean. Yeah, if you heard, you heard me, no, man, pretty clean. So, yeah. So, Sasuke says, Garra, bro, I really need you to protect the village, bro. Protect the village with as much sand as you can. And Garra said, clean. He said, Sasuke, bro, you still got that Sage mode? Sasuke was like, you already know it. Sasuke activated Sage mode with Manatabi drawing in chakra form. Then it would be like Kurama. Kurama would be drawing in some Sage chakra. And then Naruto would be using it as he tried to pull out Kyuubi chakra, but it would just be Sage chakra. And then he would say, go, let's go, Sasuke. He would say, Rasengan Barrage. And they would knock out the first 4 pains. And then the chakra absorbing pain would try to absorb Sasuke chakra and die. And then he'll be like, Sasuke, can you handle this, dude? I need to find the original. And then Sasuke would be like, already know it. He said, Manatabi, and then a blue flame start going all around Sasuke. And he said, I love being a perfect Jinchuriki. He was running up with Sage mode and the Manatabi eyes. And he was punching. He was punching and punching. He was like, and he said, Almighty push. Sasuke said, Majestic Destroyer Flame. And then he shot, and he jumped up in the air. And the Majestic Destroyer Flame was slowing down the Almighty push so it would have hit him. And he came down. And he said, Dragon Fist. And then a dragon head went around his fist and he punched Pain. And then Naruto went and found Nagato. He said he had his little speech and everything. And then Nagato did the rebirth jutsu. Bro, everybody back to life. And Jiraiya didn't die. Want me to tell you why? Because Jiraiya is he was in the village and Naruto told him not to go. And Jiraiya mastered Sage mode in this one. So we gonna eat that up, you heard me? We're going to have a 5 Kage summit in the next video. But just know it's going to be a couple twists in a video. Hey. We killing it. Hey. You heard me? Bro, my channel been growing so much, bro. I thank all y'all for hitting 150. Bro, that's clean. I changed my YouTube name and everything, but that's looking clean. That's looking mad desirable. So that's the end of this video, part 3. Part 4 will be out soon. Just be ready. And I'm like, wait, I'll be on his way. with another video for you, maybe tomorrow, maybe today. And I still have to tell you that the shout outs will be on Friday. So I have to tell you that. And I'm just really happy for the support, man. I just jumped like 50 subscribers in only a couple days. Like I don't really know what to do. It's just clean. I'll catch y'all later though.